What's up, guys? Chris here from Science of Life. Welcome back to another video. As you can see, we are cameraless today, and I just have this sort of notion that maybe we can start making videos here on the channel without having to set up a camera, no talking head stuff. You guys are really here just for the tutorials and information, so that's what I'm going to provide you. So we're going to do, I have this idea for a video, building better atmospheres with the BLEASS suite of plugins. I reached out to BLEASS recently and I said, hey, I really like your stuff. I want to work with you guys. And they were so happy to oblige. So I have some plugins to share, and I think they sort of all work together and they all have the same sort of framework. And I love the way that like you can just start stacking these things and really come out with something wonderful. So I've created something this morning, and we're going to listen to it, and then I'm going to sort of like reconstruct how I did it, and then we're going to see where we can go from there. It's a very experimental video, so hang with me. But you know, this should be fun. So here we go. This is what I created this morning. Nice, right? So, as you can hear, there's obviously a Shimmer Reverb on there, and we're gonna start with the source of the sound itself. And this is BLEASS Alpha. And this is basically a virtual analog synthesizer. It's polyphonic, and it has 3 oscillators. It's a really solid sounding synth. And I'm just really surprised how, like, you know, as soon as I started using these plugins from BLEASS, that they're all really useful and they're intuitive, and it's just a solid choice if you're looking for something that like does everything, right? It does everything that you need without having too many like fancy, you know, features, or it's just straight up and straightforward. So that's kind of cool. So that goes into this plugin right here. This is the Phase Mutant. This is a real interesting mutator kind of thing. A lot of the BLEASS plugins, what I love about, they sort of share the same technology and the same sort of like framework. This has a sequencer in here, LFOs. You can do some really crazy motion with this. So it's kind of like a LFO on steroids. And so that is feeding into a granulizer. Now this is really cool. This is like that new thing that Arturia came out with recently. This is like a full-on granulizer. Like you can just chop anything up. And so I'm almost chopping up the pad itself, right? You can hear it. It kind of just takes slices out of the actual sound output and then feeds it into this Shimmer Reverb. I've never purchased a Valhalla Shimmer, so I'm sort of like not on that, you know, train, if you will, like, but I'm really excited to finally have a good quality Shimmer Reverb here in the studio. So that's feeding into Valhalla Shimmer. As you can see, all of these are all default patches. So we're gonna sort of recreate them from default. I love, please do not ever send me a synthesizer that doesn't have a default patch. I'm always looking for either a knit or default. You gotta start somewhere. All right, so anyway, let's go here and we're gonna delete everything and start over. So let's go ahead, and I think I didn't favorite it. All right, so let's go to all, and we'll just pick another preset, and then we will pick a knit saw. There we go. Okay, so now as by default, it comes in as monophonic. So just hit the poly button real quick. And now we're playing with something like Synphaera Revival, right? Cool. That's step 1. Let's turn the volume down a little bit. And let's now also start messing with the oscillators. We have sort of a virtual analog slider here, all the way from square over to sine. So that's cool. Oscillator 2 is on. Looks like it's on by default. I just got these plugins, so bear with me. I'm sort of like, you know, making my way here. So let's build like a pad. So we got 5, let's say 3-4 seconds on the attack. 6 seconds on the decay. Some sustain for volume and then release. That's good. All right. Yeah, oscillator 2. All the oscillators are on by default. That's okay. The modulation section here, velocity. What I love too is there's vibrato like right from the start. That's really nice. Like I usually have to manually program that in on other synthesizers. So on Hive it's there, but there you have a vibrato, you know, just sort of like LFO. It's like a secret LFO. Unison here. Oh, everything is mouse scrollable too. That's nice. Interesting. I wonder if that's across all the oscillators. Probably is, huh? Interesting. Pulse width modulation, stereo. Ooh, listen to that. That's nice. Ah, I see. Okay, oscillators 1 and 2 work together. And then oscillator 3, you can bring it as a sub-oscillator. Very cool. So we can pull that down an octave, make it a sort of triangle-ish shape. I see, and then a noise oscillator. Ah, okay. All right, I wonder if the noise oscillator could have its own envelope. We'll figure that out. All right, well, we could assign an LFO to it, or we could assign this assignable EG. Interesting. All right, cool. So we have filters here. Very nice, very nice. Turn those on. I assume you could probably run these in serial and parallel, although I don't see anything for that. Nice. And then we have a nice little modulation section. These LFOs are just kind of running right now. And again, the thing about the BLEASS plugins is that they're all sort of like, they're also very, they're flexible in their interface. That's really nice to see. But they're all like, once you become familiar with them, they all sort of work the same way, which is really nice. I mean, I think that's a good touch. And then you have this motion sequencer, which I said is sort of like on the other BLEASS plugins as well. This one's called the motion sequencer. And basically, I mean, you could use this as like, you could assign it to anything. So you get to assign it to noise level, assign it to the volume, and as soon as I turn this on, you'll hear that you can sync it to beat, and as soon as I press play, the DAW, it's gonna... So you could use it as volume, we could use it as the filter 1 cutoff, check this out. Right? And then you can add randomness to it too. So like you can add randomness to that. That's nice. So I mean, just with one like synthesizer, like this is just alpha. This is like where it all starts, right? There's so much here to kind of take in. There's some nice effects here. We have delay, tremolo, crusher, drive, and a reverb. I'm gonna save the reverb because I really want to use that shimmer again. And they have also a separate reverb that we can use. So nice to see a tremolo in the effects section. I love that. Tremolo, in my opinion, is sort of an underappreciated effect. Just a little bit of tremolo can go a long way. Let's turn on the delay here though. Give it some stereo, and then it's got a ping pong button, so you can ping pong on and off. And let's set this to say 1/8. One thing I don't see is dotted eighth notes. That would be nice, but hey, can't have it all. Yeah, I don't see any dotted eighth notes here. Oh well, that's all right. It's got high, low pass stereo. So filter envelope here. So you can program this in to be like, all right, let's just go like this, and then, yep, a little too long there with that. Okay, and then the envelope amount, there you go, is on the front page, I think. Yep. Well, the velocity envelope amount. There we go. There's also an arpeggio here, arpeggiator, excuse me. And yeah, envelope amount, here you go. And as you can hear, I laid in the keys that time, and that's because there's a pressure vibrato amount right here. Let's check it out. That's pretty wild, huh? So this is more like your sort of modulation section in Vital, like it's right there. That's a little too much. Anyway, so that's a nice start. I like that. All right, now let's go back in and see what we can add here. We have chorus delay, the dragonfly, which is sort of like a tremolo, the flanger, the granulizer, motion effects. Let's do that. Let's try those motion effects. Let's just add this on here. So motion effects. Now, high pass, low pass, band pass. So you can use this as like a really hyped up filter. You can use the volume. You can do panning and stuff here. I was doing, before I got in the air, I was doing, so now as you can hear, this is, once I hit pan, it's all pan hard left and hard right. And you can start doing some crazy panning. I had that on hi-hats, which was kind of cool. Like it was just like hi-hat, like, and I could just kind of, it's an auto panner, but like in a way different context. So you can make these as ramps or flat. That's cool. They can all be squares. I like that. How do you quickly set these? I wonder if there's okay, shift. And then what does that do? Does that control them all? No. Let's see here. I want to get them all the same. There, okay, so shift and all the same. And then you're just, there you go. Boom. That's a quick way to do some random auto panning. So this is like the Pan Man in a way, but like you can program it in. You can do this with a pitch. Oh my God. Wow, this is cool. See, that's what I wanted this video to be about. That's what I wanted this this new style of tutorial to be about. Like, let's just talk and hang out and work on music together. And so you guys just get more of me. That's really what I'm trying to accomplish here. And so far it's going pretty well. So panning, cool. Looking good here. We could do some panning. We could do some, again, warmth here. This is so like useful. You have the randomness control in here again. See, it crosses over. Like you have the motion effects, you have the randomness here, and then you have the same thing here, where it'll vary that amount every single time. A delay? What? What? Oh, that's wild. So you can get really crazy with this. So it seems that you have to either select one. You can't select multiple. That's pitch. Let's just go to volume. No, let's go to pan. Can you select multiple? No, you can't. So it's just like, but you could probably stack these. So if we want to do pan here, we could do another one. And then, yeah, you could stack them, of course. Okay, cool. And then dry wet control, obviously. Good. All right. So that's cool. We got that going on. We don't have any necessarily LFOs doing anything, but as you can see, the destinations here, you can kind of do whatever you want. We could just kind of quickly do a modulation on the wave itself. So now that modulation is just kind of going on the oscillator wave, and I assume that's controlling this. That gives us a little bit more randomness, right? We'll just kind of go like this, and then we could actually have, can this one control LFO, the second LFO? No, it can't. Or the first LFO, that's what I was wondering. Interesting. So your LFOs can't control your LFOs. That would be nice. It didn't Omega. I saw they put that in. LFO2 amount. Okay, so LFO2 rate, but LFO2 can't control LFO1's rate. All right, interesting. So if we set this to the wave, and then we set this to the LFO2's rate, sorry. All right, LFO2's rate, there we go. And then set it to random, look at this. There we go. You see what I did there? So this one is set in random, and this one is set to control LFO2's rate, and LFO2 is controlling the oscillator 1's wave, so that's even more randomness. Nice. That's cool. All right, now let's add that granulizer here. Let's add the granulizer. Make it grain. There's a default, so let's just go with default. Thank goodness. Now this granulizer, like I said, is like that Arturia thing. I haven't used that Arturia thing, but I don't know which came first. It doesn't matter. So let's just focus on this. I'm gonna put the motion effects away and just kind of leave this be. All right, so obviously the dice buttons are the randomizers here, so you could like just randomly click that. There's a randomizer button here at the top, so if I just like, can I make this bigger? I can, nice. So now we're totally randomized. And like you can get some really usable results here with this. You got panning controls, you got obviously the dry wet, like if you want randomness and panning, right? You want randomness in shape, you want randomness in warmth. This is just like pigments. I see. That sounds good though. Hey! Nice. You got a filter here. Very cool. So you can low pass this. Right? And there's now we're low passing our grain, so we can high pass it as well. Nice. You can do like even a band pass thing for creative effects. That would be interesting. I like the low end though. Let's do a little bit of high pass. Kind of control our high end as well. Because this video was called Building Better Atmospheres with the BLEASS Suite of plugins. All right, now let's add that Shimmer Reverb. Okay, so here we go. Shimmer. Shimmer. All right, so I'm a Shimmer noob because I did not get on board the Valhalla train. So bear with me here. Let's go to default and let's add some of this and we'll pitch it up to say an octave. Obviously that's the classic. Now you have different modes here, pre, feedback, and post. That's interesting to me. Right? Because they sort of like, you can hear they sort of do something different. It's like adding the pitch pre, like do you want to add the pitch, pitch shift it, if you will? Then you have delay time. All of this stuff is very user-friendly. Like you kind of like know what you're gonna get. Right? You have a filter here. Obviously filtering out your reverb. Very nice. So that's an octave, right? We could pitch shift this one down an octave and just do the classic high-low. And then over here you have like room size, so, right? Modulation rate, modulation amount, all the standard stuff you find on reverb, up to 30 seconds of decay time. Love to see that. You guys know me. Let's just go around 15 seconds. So you can hear there's that first octave. What if we pitched it like that, a fourth? See, there we go. Maybe a subtle amount of the fourth. There you go. See? I mean, it does something. It does like one thing. Not too much feedback there. And that's the thing about Shimmer Reverbs is that they're sort of like, they're almost a gimmick in a way. Because like reverb really doesn't react like that. It's sort of like, oh, okay. if you use it, say if I made an album, I used Shimmer Reverb on every track, it would be colored by the fact that I used Shimmer Reverb on every single track. And I get that. So when in doubt, you do have BLEASS Reverb here to save the day. So this is BLEASS Reverb. How does this compare to Valhalla Room? Unsure yet. So we have a transform control. Whoa, that's interesting. That was kind of fun. So up to 30 seconds again. Mod rate, mod amount. See, this is much more like classic reverb style. Room size. See, now we're building something better. Yeah, I'll have to work with that shit. But what I'm really interested about is this transform thing. What's up with this? Dude, what is that? Oh, that's wild! What? Oh my God! Wow! That is crazy. Is that like a live performance? Oh, you can freeze it. How the F do you freeze it? Dude. That is wild. I've never seen that on a reverb before. Damn, BLEASS. What you doing? Transform. That's crazy. All right, so anyway, there's a number of different directions that you can go from here. For the sake of, oh, there's my Windows Explorer. For the sake of time, and we're just gonna, you know what we can do? Let's add like one more instance and just do like something simple to kind of get us going here. I'm gonna record this real quick. Let me hit session record, and we'll just kind of record some notes here. There we go, and we will play that. How'd that turn out? Cool. Nice. All right. Let's just add a little bit of my room. All right. Now let's add alpha again, because we're not even gonna touch omega, and we'll just do like an ARP. All right, like a bass sequence. Let's go to default and do it from scratch. So we're gonna turn on the ARP here, and we're gonna turn on the filter. We're gonna turn on the filter envelope and make it sort of short-ish, right? Not that, like that, like dial it in, like bam. And we'll kind of bring it out here, and then oscillator-wise, let's do like a saw and a sine, and we'll do some stereo. And yeah, this should be cool. Let's see, you got free, sync, and beat. Let's do sync, and we'll do 1/8, and we'll do random, and we'll do over 1 octave. I never do this. I'm totally setting a patch up without even playing it. And then we'll put it on poly. And you ready? Let's see how this sounds. I don't know how it's gonna sound. I don't know. Let's try it. Well, let's put some delay on it first. This is like full on. The signs know what the F he's doing before we start. So 1/8. We'll do reverb. A little bit of reverb, a little bit of mix, and yeah. How's this gonna work out? Don't know. Let's give it a try. That was surprisingly cool. That was good. Wow. I kind of nailed it there. So yeah, you have a little bit of filter envelope here. Let's do 1 octave. I love that. That's so inspiring. I love it. Oh, yes. And then could we even like move the cutoff here? That's one thing that you can really do. Like, can we do that? Filter 1 cutoff. Yeah. Let's do this at a rate of like, okay, we're gonna sync this to beat. I guess, oh, you can only sync it to 4 bars. Okay, all right, whatever. There we go. So now we're moving filter 1's cutoff, which is not a control that's available as a knob. It's just like you just set it, whatever it is. That's cool though. Nice. Let's have some delay here. Oh, now we're getting real ascendant on us. That's awesome. Wow. All right. Well, I'm gonna stick a pin in this one. This was a complete success. Like, I feel like we're just at the beginning of this journey with these BLEASS plugins, and for this to come out now, and I'm just like highly encouraged with the medium, with the format, with the sounds that we created. So thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. And I hope that this was a worthwhile and entertaining tutorial. And I'm gonna go mess around even more. Like, I'm so excited for the future. If you wanna learn more, if you're not already, be sure to check out my Patreon. There you'll find all kinds of extra content. I'm really just hammering away on this because I feel like it's the pathway forward. So if you want extra videos, extra tutorials, more presets, if you want to join the Science Circle, which is a really intimate group of producers who share their tracks every single month, you can do so. And if you want to even get one-on-one ambient coaching from me, you can up your membership or sign on. It's a great time to be doing this, and I'm super excited for the future. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate all of your support, and yeah, I look forward to doing more videos like this in the future. All right, so as always, keep your heads in the clouds and your feet planted firmly on the ground. My name is Chris from Science of Life, and we'll see you guys in the next one.